Shenaz works at security at Glasgow Airport. She's been a workplace rep for Unite for many years, and recently in the last couple of years became the very first learning rep that we have at the airport. When speaking to the members, it was quite clear there were some issues that they needed solved, equality issues. So when it came to sign language, she worked with the tutor to write a list of questions that they would usually ask people coming through security, and then that was the basis for the course on how to actually ask people in sign language the security questions that they needed. Following on from the BSL course, we done an autism awareness course at the airport, and in getting this organised, Shenaz actually worked with Strathclyde Uni to create the course itself, and it looked at how to spot the signs of someone who may be autistic, and also how to communicate with them, how to change the language that you use to make it a wee bit more understandable.
To get the autism awareness and British Sign Language courses off and running, what Shenaz has to do is she has to organise the members. She has to identify demand for the courses. She has to then take that demand to the employer, and Shenaz was able to negotiate full paid release and on-site facilities to make these courses at a place and time that suits the learner.
I'm delighted to hear that Shenaz has been awarded the Helen Dowie Award for her efforts in delivering the learning agreements here at the airport, which supported delivery of the British Sign Language training courses and also the Autism Awareness training courses. Both of these added great value to the airport operation, to the members of staff who received the training, and also customers who now benefit from that training.
An example of a phrase that they got incorporated into the course itself was, did you pack your bags yourself? This was a phrase that's used all the time, and they learned how to say this phrase in sign language and also how to understand the response, and just have a dialogue with people and how to communicate with them.
Shenaz worked tirelessly to deliver this training alongside Unite and also our airport HR team, and used some very clever ways to support that delivery through different methods to ensure that people with different learning styles could have access to that.
It's really good to see that work being recognised, and she really deserves to win.
Well done, Shenaz. Delighted that you've won this, and congratulations.
I've seen firsthand the real hard work and determination that you did put in at the Glasgow Airport, and I really wish you all the best in the future, and again, congratulations.
I've been involved in the unions a long time. I've always been very involved in health and safety, and over the years I've been a health and safety rep. I've been on various committees throughout the time, and then lately we've evolved very quickly. We've done a lot of stuff on mental health. So the mental health is a big thing within our construction industry at the minute. We've got a very high rate of suicide, and I've taken on board, along with some of my colleagues, alongside Unite's Mental Health Task Force, to erase the stigma involved in mental health and help people. We have got the attitude of big, rough, tough construction workers, so people don't like talking their emotions. So part of the role that we play is actually encouraging people to talk about their feelings, talk about any issues, and we use a thing called start the conversation. So if we're talking to each other, then we're breaking down the stigma and we're helping people go forward. So it's about understanding mental health issues, and that's a big thing for us. And over the years, along with Unite and certain partners, which third parties, we've started eradicating that stigma. And the more people understand, the more tolerant they'll be. We hold open days within the canteen where we bring in experts on mental health, and we just walk about talking to the guys. We don't do big fancy presentations. We just talk to the guys. That's the best way to get over things.
I'm delighted Paul's getting an award. He's getting an award overall for health and safety and his contribution to the team and the projects we've been working on, and particularly around the mental health side, but also what we would call our day-to-day health and safety and interaction with the workforce, and ensuring that everything we do is done right and it's done in a progressive manner, and we're making things safer and better for people.
Multiplex as a company, I've always supported us. We've sort of had a company that was fully behind us. I'd see the benefits of it from their own company and their contractor supply chain.
Frank Maguire himself was, he was a great ambassador for mesothelioma victims, and me and Paul and other colleagues used to basically go around to all the fringe meetings he'd done when we were young health and safety reps. That's important in this industry. Health and safety is a major issue in construction.
I think it's all about getting the right balance in the workplace and getting fair conditions for everyone and decent working and living standards, and major companies and unions working together, sharing each other's objectives and agendas is the best way that we can create those conditions in that environment. I've seen many advantages coming through Paul's interaction and workload in terms of getting to the crux of the problem with the people that are doing the job, create solutions that work for everybody and to the betterment of everybody.
To have a Frank Maguire award for stuff that I would do anyway, then it's very good. A lot, and I don't mean disrespect for anybody, but a lot of people, it's all about safety. It's all about making sure the guy doesn't trip over and break his leg. But if a guy trips over and breaks his leg, people have got sympathy, they see the STUC. Whereas when it's a mental health issue, they don't see the bandages, they don't see what's broken. So it's about taking the health back into the health and safety.
It was a couple of cleaners had come to us and they'd come to the branch and said they were under pressure, they were having trouble. So we thought what we'll do is we'll go out and about, speak to cleaners and see if it could collectivise round about it, see if it was a common issue, and moving on from there we were going to survey them. So we had to make sure that we went out there with the surveys and actually arranged meetings with all staff.
We were successful in raising initially the idea that there was a problem in that area, and it was specifically around the area of cover.
They felt under a lot of pressure, particularly with regards to cover. It was the cover was almost non-stop.
It was hard work, but the only way that really does work, and even if people have access to email, I think most activists know, most reps know, that that's not always a foolproof way of dealing with people. It's face to face.
It made the cleaners realise that if I'm prepared to go there at 5 in the morning to speak to you, you build up that wee bit of respect, the union builds up that wee bit of respect.
And a relationship.
Yeah, and I think it was just the visibility of us going out there, speaking to them and saying, no, we can take your issues forward. If you all band together, you can actually make a difference here.
Management knew this was serious. They then realised it was a deeply held viewpoint, and it was widely felt that this was a problem for the cleaners. So then we started negotiating in earnest.
First, I'd never want to be in dispute with staff. The dispute has highlighted some significant issues within the cleaning services team. I'd personally like to thank John Neal and Cindy Callaghan for all their hard work, working in partnership with us to resolve these issues. Staff now within the university are now able to have longer contracts, better terms and conditions, and that's all in working with partnership with Unite.
I think first of all, huge congratulations to John and Cindy and to all our members at Glasgow University. They have shown that through collective strength, real differences can be made in the workplace.
And everybody's on open-ended full-term contracts.
Plus, we also negotiated a cover strategy to include terms of unreasonable cover as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
It was a huge win for us.
The pressure isn't the same as it used to be. It's just a happier place.
I think it's made a real difference, and I hope it's made a real difference to the lives of the the members and their families.
The pivotal thing, which was the issue that was widely and deeply felt, was the cover. And we managed to negotiate very successfully a comprehensive cover plan with most of what Unite wanted in it, including, very importantly, the whole issue around people covering unreasonably. For me, it's about the collective. It always is, and the solidarity of the collective. And when an award like that is won, it's more for our members than for us.
Definitely.
So my name's Kate Sang, I'm Professor of Gender Employment Studies working at Edinburgh Business School. My union role and my work role are actually quite similar. So I teach and research around gender equality and disability equality at work, and then within the UCU branch at Heriot Watt, I'm the Branch Equality Officer.
I'd like to congratulate Kate Sang for winning this award, which is very well deserved. And there are 3 reasons that I think that she's such a worthy award winner. The first is that Kate is a researcher of the highest order. You know, her research is very high quality, has always had extremely high standards, and she's an inspiration to me and to her other colleagues here at Edinburgh Business School.
The reason why we are nominating Kate Sang to the STUC Equality Award, and also why she's now won the award, is because she is an outstanding trade unionist who always puts equalities at the centre of all her work. Her academic work as a professor, and her trade union work, as well as her activist work which she does outside of her workplace.
Well, I was raised to be a feminist. I was raised by 2 socialists. Both my parents were union members and were very active in their unions, so it's in my blood to do this kind of thing. In terms of what drew me to research in that kind of area, I'm a woman. I experience some of the barriers that I research. I'm also a disabled person, so I have some insider knowledge of that. But more broadly, I'm just committed to thinking that work should be somewhere that we can all thrive, and that no one should be disadvantaged because of disability, gender, race, sexuality or class.
The second reason is that this is research that's really worth doing. You know, being able to help to make the workplace a more even place for people and for women, and to make it a much more enjoyable place to be and a place where people can succeed. This is very worthwhile research.
So I'm leading a project at the moment called Disability Inclusive Science Careers, and that's partnering with the University of Edinburgh. And what we're doing is developing training programs to make university careers more inclusive for disabled people. So that means interviewing disabled people and line managers to find out what the barriers are to inclusion, and then developing training to work with line managers and leaders to be more disability aware.
And finally, Kate is so passionate about what she does. And not only does that come through in everything she does, but it also makes a real impact. And that's what I would say about Kate's research overall. It helps to make a real impact and a real change in policy.
She's an amazing colleague, she's an amazing sister in the trade union movement, and I want to thank her and say congrats very much, Kate, to your award.